Alright, and the last one, we just get to evaluate the following logarithms by rewriting the expression in exponential form. So I've got log base 3 of 81. Alright, so that tells me that I can rewrite that as an exponential, which means that my base is still going to be 3 to the something is equal to 81. So, guessing and checking, that should give me x to the 4th. Alright. Again, over here, I've got log base 4 of 32. So that tells me I'm going to have 4 as my base to the something equals 32. Again, I can rewrite that, and I see that both of those have 2's that can go into them, so I can rewrite that as 2 to the 2nd is equal to 2 to the 5th. The only thing is that 2 to the 2 still has that x in the exponent. Since they have the exact same bases, again, I can set those equal to each other, because if their bases are the same, then their exponents should also be the same if they are equivalent to each other. Alright, so x should be equal to 5/2. Next one, I've got log base 64 of 1/32, so I can rewrite that as 64 to the x is equal to 1 over 32. Again, I know that x is going to be negative because I see a fraction, so I can pretty much say that 64 to the x is equal to 32, as long as I remember that x is going to be negative. It should be the same thing either way. Okay, so I know that 32 is just 2 to the 5th, in case we haven't used that enough, and if 32 is 2 to the 5th, 32 times 2 gives me 64, so 2 to the 6th should give me 64, and that 64 has an x attached to it in the exponent, so guess what? It's still going to be in the exponent. Alright, so since they have the same bases now, I'm just going to set those two exponents equal to each other, because if their bases are the same, their exponent should be the same if they're equivalent. That's the whole idea. So x should be equal to 5/6. But remember, I started off with a fraction, which means that my exponent should have been negative. So x overall should be negative 5/6. Alright. On D, I've got log of 1000. Alright, so remember, they're going to be sneaky, and they're going to say, okay, we've got log base 10. Alright, so that tells me that 10 to the something equals 1000. Alright, and then just guessing and checking a little bit, that should just be 3. Alright, ln of 9 is something you grab a calculator for, because otherwise it's going to be gross. Typing that into your calculator, there is a natural log button, so hit that button. It should open up parentheses, literally type in 9, close that parenthesis, you should get 2.1972, etc, etc, etc. And then finally, log base 2 of -4. That is different because we haven't seen a log base of a negative, and the reason why is that's going to be undefined, because we can't take the log of a negative. It doesn't exist. It's a bad day. Alright, other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys later.